Welcome back to Entrepreneurish. I'm your host, Ellie, and today's topic is something that I've been wanting to talk about a long time, but I had to wait until I was better at it. And that is consistency and perseverance and habits. Now, these seem like three different topics, but they're not three different topics. These are all rolled up into one, honey. Like, perseverance is needed for consistency, and consistency equals habit. Like, that's really how it is. And in order to get these things down, you first, like I always say, you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to first identify what's wrong. And then you have to consistently try to improve yourself. Already freaking hard, let me just say that. And then after you consistently try to improve yourself, then you have to sit there and you have to constantly keep trying, which is the perseverance. And then with all of that perseverance, you're going to end up with a habit. And then it's going to end up very easy for you to take care of the things that you know that you need to take care of. So we've been talking about healing, we've been talking about writing things down, we've been talking about exercise, we've been talking about a lot of different things this season. So what I really set out to do in my very first episode was do mind, body, and soul. And we did mind with writing things down, healing. Well, that was more soul. But it's these three elements that are going to make you the best business owner that you can be. And okay, so last week, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Y'all. I'm so excited to talk about this that I forgot about my commercials. I forgot that this is just an intro. So yeah, if y'all are excited like me, and y'all are ready to talk about consistency, perseverance, and habits, and how all three of these things are actually the same thing, stay tuned. Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my commercials, and we're back. And like I was telling you guys, today we're talking about consistency, perseverance, and habits, and how all of these three things roll into one. So let's just get started. You know me, I always got a story. So starting this podcast was huge for me because this is something I had stopped doing for like 2 years, almost 3 years, honestly. And it's something that I was never consistent with. Like, if y'all go look back, like, you'll see one episode in 2021, I think, like 2 episodes in 2020, like 3 episodes in 2019. Like, I did not podcast. I kept saying I podcasted. People would ask me about podcasting. And people would, reach out to me to be on the show. And then I just would never get back to them. Like, I was not a podcaster. Like, I just really didn't set in my mind that this is what I was going to do. So I didn't podcast. And because of that, like, I had a huge following that I actually lost because it had been 3 years of silence. Like, who do you still follow after 3 years and they pop back up in your timeline and you're like, I'm followed? Like, I cannot go through this whole messed up relationship of us only seeing each other once a year. I'm done. I'm worth more than that. Okay. I deserve to be seen every week. And so that's what I'm trying to do now, but that's consistency. This is hard. I'm going to say that right now. Like, this is hard. I'm literally going out of my way to make time in order to record this right now. But that's what I have to do in order to stay consistent. I have a full schedule planned, but I also know it's about that time for me to post a new episode. So I need the content. And so this is kind of one of those things, like, back in the day, I would have been like, nah, let me go ahead and do the other stuff. All right. But now that I prioritize this and made sure that this is the thing that I really want to do, I make the time. And I tell everybody, no, I'm podcasting right now, or I have to podcast, or I push some things to the side or whatever I have to do in order to make sure that this is done. Sometimes I'm up late y'all, I mean late, like I'm up at 3 a.m. and been up, had a full day, 3 a.m., still editing, still putting things together, coming up with my little, campaigns and stuff like that. Like I take the time to make sure it's done so that by 8 a.m. every Friday morning, y'all have content. This is the consistency that I prayed for. This is the consistency that I fasted for. This is the consistency that I needed in order to really feel like a podcaster. Honestly, like really, this is just it. This is what I needed to do. So how did I get here? Like I said, I had to be real with myself and I had to say, you're not podcasting. You can't be a podcaster and you post every once in a while. So I did a reel and I said I post every Friday. Now, when I did that reel, I was not planning on posting every Friday. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We'll see how long that lasts. But then people got really excited. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess I gotta post. And then I posted once. And then I was like, okay, well, what you gonna do next? And so then I was like, all right, 2 times in a row, the most consistent I've ever effing been, right? And then I posted a 3rd time, then a 4th time, then a 5th time. By the 5th time, y'all, my life changed. Like I can't wait for y'all to see where Entrepreneurish is about to be by the next season. Like y'all are not even going to recognize this podcast show. Like I have so much planned for y'all. I can't even talk about it because I'm gonna give too much away. But this is the real thing. This is the real podcast now. And it's because of the consistency. It's because people saw that I was finally posting more than once a year. And they were like, okay, I could be on the show. Okay, I can support the show. Okay, well, here's some other things I want to collaborate with you on. All it took was consistency. And literally only took 3 weeks, 2 weeks of consistency, really, like for real. But by the 3rd week, bomb. The ball was moving. And so I really felt like God had really asked me to show him I had 3 weeks in me. I had 3 weeks of consistency in me. Same thing with exercise. Like I didn't see the weight start coming off until now. It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months of working out. Like that's a long time, y'all. That's a long time of consistently going to that gym 4 times a week, 12 hours a month. But I had to say, this is me. This is what I do. So that's consistency. Consistency is hard because it takes perseverance. Like I'm saying, when I said I fasted because I saw by the 2nd week things that were going to deter me from posting. Because there were things I was willing to let get in the way of me posting. Like, honestly, I just really, I can't put it in any other words. Like, literally, I was sitting there and I was like, I'd rather. So I had to purge those I rather actions in order to keep posting. So for 7 days, I told myself, I'm done. I'm not gonna do, I'm working on being vulnerable with y'all. Maybe at another episode when I'm fully kicked some of these habits, I'll talk about fully exactly what these 3 things were. But I got rid of 3 things. It's the first time in my life, y'all, well, adult life, that I've ever kicked these 3 things where I was like, I'm just not gonna do them. And let me tell you, I was scared. I was like, I don't know if I have the strength. I had little fallbacks. I'll be honest, like, but I made it the 7 days. And by the end of the 7 days, I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. I was like, yay, you did it, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you, the 9th day, I was right back at it. I was right back at doing the same 3 things. And so I had to really take a look at myself and go, okay, it's now. Was this a fast? Like, is this something that you're just going to do every once in a while? Or can you quit these 3 things? Like, and maybe not quit. We'll talk about that. But like, some of them I need to quit, like for real. And some of them I need to really just, I need to quit all of them. See, do you see that? Do you see the hesitation? It's one of those things where it's like you keep telling yourself that you need this thing, but you went 7 days without it. And I've actually gone longer. Like I'm not even on a fast anymore. I'm on a healthy lifestyle change, a healing lifestyle, that type of thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still like, nah, I kind of want to go back to doing some of those things. But for what? For what is what I have to keep asking myself. And that's that perseverance. That's that I'm gonna get up and go to the gym, even though I don't want to. I do that all the time. I be in the y'all, I be in the gym mad. Mad as heck that I'm sitting in there in this damn gym again. When I want to go to sleep, I go in there, I'll be like, girl, I'm tired. So let's run through this. Like, especially on my trainer days, I work a full day. Like literally, trainer days are the worst because it's Tuesday. So I literally had a full Monday. Probably didn't sleep until like 1, 2 a.m. Right. Then I get up, I do another full day. And then at 6 o'clock, 6:45, right when you're about to like crash, I gotta go work out. And it's not an easy workout. My trainer does not take it easy on me, y'all. And then I literally have to sit there and I have to go and I have to push through and I have to pray for strength, because a lot of times I'd be like, bro, I'm finna F all of this. Like I'm getting off the Stairmaster. Like I'm not finna push through this. Like I'm not lifting that weight one more time. Like I don't want to. But it's that persistence. Like it's that perseverance. It's that I can do this. I can do this. So what I started telling myself is whenever I feel like I can't continue, I go, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And that's just me. And that's just what I go to. And then I keep repeating that to myself. I repeat it to myself until I believe it. And sometimes that's the whole workout. Sometimes it's that full 25 minutes on the Stairmaster. That's the only thing I'm saying in my head over and over again. But then at the end, it's proven because I'm done. Same thing with podcasting. I'm sitting here and I'm taking this time. It's perseverance. Like I really do have things to do. However, I also know taking this time to myself, it's not going to kill me. It's not going to ruin my career. And it's not going to ruin my relationships. So why can I not take this time? I can do it. So let's go ahead and persevere. And so, despite what we say, I think, what's the common saying, y'all, for habits? We normally say something like it takes 7 days to make a habit. Well, it's not 7 days. It's something like 30 something days. And for your brain to really understand that it's in a new season, it's a new person, it's a new lifestyle. And that's that perseverance. To be a new person for 30 days is hard because you are so used to being the old you. You are so used to being the old you that you're going to revert back to it. It's going to be easy for you to revert back to it. What's hard is catching yourself. What's hard is saying, no, this is who I am now. What's hard is going, okay, this is something I still need to change. This is something I'm actively going to work on. This is something that I'm going to do even when it hurts, even when I really don't want to, even when, especially coping mechanisms, which is really those things that I'm really trying to purge, because those coping mechanisms block me and they're not healthy. They're not healthy. They're things I did when I was traumatized. And that was really what I had to tell myself in order to keep myself going. Was this is things you did in trauma. You live in a whole brand new life now, babe. Why are these still the same things that you're doing to cope? You don't need them. So yeah, that's just really it. Like that's how I've been living. I know it's hard because it's like, oh, okay, Ellie, you're doing so great, whatever. But girl, this is not easy. Like Not at all. So I recently posted something about my mom and her being in the hospital. And it sucked because my mom went to the hospital last year twice. And both times it was, well, the first time it was for 30 days. The second times it was for 45 days. And those last 15 days, it was during a severe height. I think it was Omicron or something like that was going on with COVID. And I could only talk to her through a window. It was like she was in prison. It was like I couldn't even hold her hand. I couldn't brush her hair. Like I couldn't do any of the things that made me feel like close to her. I'm gonna freaking cry. I'm really not trying to cry. But yeah, so when she went back, all I wanted to say, podcast where, who, why? Like why? But it was really her who was like, don't you have something planned today? And I was like, no, mommy, I'm gonna stay. She was like, no, ma'am. You're go do your stuff. I'm fine. FaceTime me afterwards. Because she knew how hard I had been working on getting to where I was going. She was watching all of the good things that was happening to me. And she was like, don't let this stop you. Don't let this stop you. And do you know how much perseverance it takes when you want to cry to stand there and do an interview with somebody and smile and be likable and charming? It's hard. It's so hard, but it's necessary. These are literally the things that I have to do. And one of the things I wrote down in my journal in the beginning of the year as one of the things that needed to improve was that when I get sad, I stop everything. And that's exactly what I was going to do. But my mom had to remind me that I'm a new person. And then that's no longer something that I can do. I can't go hide and cry forever. I can have periods of time where I do that, but I can't let it stop the parade. And so that's that perseverance that I'm telling you, and that's that habit. So now, because it's a habit for me to go to the gym, everybody asks me, oh, is this a gym day? Can I talk to you? Like that's first question. It's not even like, they don't even remember old me who never went to the gym ever. They only know me as the girl who, oh yeah, every other day she's in the gym. So let me ask before I text her if she's at the gym. Even on Saturdays, like they'd be like, you at the gym right now? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with podcasts. To be like, okay, when's the podcast coming out? And so this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. It's like when you are consistent, people are going to encourage you to be consistent. They're going to encourage you to persevere. They're going to encourage you to keep your habit because they're looking at you and you are inspiring to them. And I honestly just want to say that's what keeps me going. Like, that's what keeps me going because I know that this is a hole in the universe that needs to be filled, and this is what I do. So if you guys really learned anything today, in my whole little rant, because this is the first time I didn't write a script, y'all. Could y'all tell? Because I'm rambling. But honestly, like, if you didn't learn anything, it is consistency is what's going to help you win. Because then people know that you're reliable, and then people will start gravitating toward you. It's very natural. I haven't had anything but blessings since all of this. During my fast, I got my dream place. During my fast, I overcame and realized. So it's kind of hard to explain without telling you exactly what it is. But I really learned a lot about myself. And I really learned a lot about how far I had come. And I really learned a lot about the people who are watching and like behind the scenes that I didn't even know. And I realized how much I had changed because it wasn't bothering me anymore. Certain comments aren't bothering me anymore. I don't feel the same way about myself anymore. I'm very confident. I'm like, my affirmations, I'm starting to believe them. And let me tell y'all, that's been huge. Like, you ever say an affirmation and be like, yeah, okay, whatever. That was me for a month. I just got to the point where I'm starting to believe some of them. Like, I'm actually starting because I'm seeing them actually come about. So this is what happens with consistency. You start seeing what you're saying in your head. It stops becoming a dream, starts becoming reality, and it starts becoming reality fast. And so if you have a dream right now that you are trying to achieve, start with being consistent. Just start there. That's all you need to do. Like we were saying previously, in order to be a great leader, all you have to do is to improve yourself. Consistency is part of that. Creating that natural habit where your body just naturally gravitates to that new you is how you're going to win. So I wish peace and blessings on all of you guys. Thank you again for watching Entrepreneurish, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As always, you guys can find Entrepreneurish on Spotify or any of your other podcasting sites. What I did want to talk to you is about a very special thing that I just started, which is Entrepreneurish support. You guys can support this podcast by going to the link below, and you can either support it monthly, or you can DM me on my Instagram or my Twitter. The links are also in this description. And we can talk about ways that you can sponsor our show. And in doing so, in that sponsorship, you guys will be allowing me to continue my, journey, and to really support other entrepreneurs. Every time I post, another entrepreneur is born, and you could be a part of that. So definitely, if you enjoyed this show, share with a friend. And if you really, really enjoyed it and you want to be a part of changing other people's lives, go ahead and support. Have a great day.